G'day guys, my name is Caleb, otherwise known as the Critic Kebab, and welcome to another episode of my SC24 Realistic Career Mode with the Chelsea Football Club. Newcastle United is the task on hand today. In real life, we would have just played them. This episode will be uploading immediately after, so make sure you subscribe because I'll be also uploading my instant match reaction, posting my thoughts on what I thought of the game that just unfolded. But in game, as you can see, 12th spot is where we sit, and Newcastle are just ahead of us, but we share the same amount of points, 18 each. And after our dramatic, seriously crazy end to the last game against Manchester City, where Enzo Fernandez did score to win us all 3 points, that has definitely put us into a mood of we can actually continue this momentum and go forth in good spirits, because if we can beat them, we can beat anyone. But since I last spoke to you guys, the big news that has come away from the international break is thankfully no injuries on the Chelsea front, but it's more so from a Premier League perspective, and it's the fact that Everton got deducted 10 points. Yes, that's right, 10 points for breaching their profitability and sustainability rules. And honestly, it's unprecedented. It's quite crazy. I am of the opinion that I think financial fair play in its current form is completely flawed. The fact that it is all dependent on how much money your club makes determines how much money you can spend. I just think that's a backwards system, because obviously that puts in a huge advantage on the top 6 clubs. You know, the fact that they've had such a big fan base and all the history that they can rely on, and because they have so much more money rolling in, it allows them to spend big on huge players like, in Arsenal's case, Declan Rice, or in Liverpool's case, spending big money on McAllister and Szoboszlai and all their new players that they've brought in. So the fact that clubs, like Nottingham Forest or Fulham, or in this case Everton, who obviously are not as big of clubs and don't have as much profit coming into their bank account, that means they're inhibited by their spending. And I think it's kind of a backwards system. And I'm not saying a salary cap would be an instant fix, but I just think that the system needs to be reworked. I'm not an economist. I'm not an expert in how these things run, but I just know in its current form, it does not pass the smell test. And unfortunately for Everton fans, it means they're going to be sitting in the bottom of the table. Now, literally, I just watched, before I hit record on this episode, was 2 press conferences. Obviously, Pochettino's. I always watch the pre-match press conferences before every game. But I also watched the Pep Guardiola pre-match press conference. And obviously, there's a lot of talk about how, Man City have 115 breaches and why haven't they been dealt with yet. And, Everton obviously are in the headlines, but because Manchester City are the sort of clickbait name, they obviously get dragged into the mix as well. And what Pep Guardiola said is that there's clearly an agenda against Man City. Whether they've broken the rules or not, that remains to be seen. But in terms of the media presentation, it's definitely all daggers are going towards Man City at the moment. And he did say that they're completely different cases. And the fact that Everton have been deducted 10 points for a financial breach of basically spending way more money than they're earning, and Manchester City are charged with a bunch of different things over several different years, it's different. And the fact that the lawyers are going to have to go to the courts and convince a judge and all that BS, it's important, it needs to be done, and unfortunately it just takes time. So until then, we're just going to have to deal with Manchester City, with the amazing squad that they've got, continue to be the best. But in terms of the Chelsea Football Club, because I know that's what you guys truly care about here on this channel, is hearing my thoughts on them. And Mauricio Pochettino also said one thing from that pre-match press conference that I want to briefly talk about before we get into the game against Newcastle. And that was the fact that because we have such a young squad and our form has been so inconsistent, it's been so in and out, and yes, we've performed better against the bigger teams, but less so against the smaller teams. He did say that because so many of our players are young and inexperienced, And because they've come to a huge juggernaut that is the Chelsea Football Club, there is a sort of nervousness and sort of lack of patience and a desire to always, just force things to happen and score goals. And we just lack that patience to be able to slow down, focus, concentrate, make the right decision, and then create opportunities for ourselves. And I think that's one of those things that I think with time, our squad, once they start gelling and once they become more comfortable on the pitch wearing the pride of London, Chelsea blue, I think we're going to really start to see some really interesting things on the pitch. But until then, and I'm expecting that to be the case for the rest of this season, I think we're going to be very in and out in terms of our form. But going into the game against Newcastle here, as you can see, this is the team that I'm going to go with. And I've brought in Badiashile for Thiago Silva. In the last couple episodes, I've been talking about we haven't been performing to our best and certain individuals have been making mistakes, which is why Cucurella has come in for Ben Chilwell. And Thiago Silva, in my opinion, has been making a few too many mistakes and his overall has gone down by 2 already. So I think it's time to filter him out of the squad and bring in someone who is going to be increasing in their overall. And I've decided Badiashile is going to get the first opportunity, being a left footer in that left centre back position. So going into this game after that dramatic late winner with an Enzo Fernandez penalty against Man City, let's go to Newcastle away from home. Coming into this game, Newcastle are one of those clubs that has obviously risen to the top end of the Premier League, and their exposure and their quality has increased under Eddie Howe. And I have to say, I've been very, very impressed with their transformation, because you need to remember when Eddie Howe came into the job, Newcastle were down the bottom of the table. And the fact that they are where they are now in Champions League positions and competing against the best, it's impressive. And the fact that they've got also a few injuries at the moment, I think is going to be an advantage for us. But in saying that though, the result has definitely already been played in real life. It's just a case of me not knowing that result. And Newcastle have come out of the blocks absolutely firing, and I did not expect that. Isaac tapping it in past Sanchez. And I have heard from many, many people that the atmosphere at St. James's Park is one of the best in England. And I would love to attend a game at St. James's Park and watch Newcastle play. Obviously, being an Aussie from down under, is something quite foreign to me, the English footballing culture. So I look forward to doing it one day. Good move there by Cucurella.
Well, here's the table, and let's make this argument, shall we, Stuart?
Good pass again. Oh! Enzo making a run. Cucurella. Good form so far. Oh, no one's at the back stick. James could get there. He does. Madueke. Oh, he should have got the instant reply. Almost 10 minutes later after the first goal hit the back of the net. Madueke should have equalised there, but his lack of curve is what stopped it from going into the net. Now, I did look at the tactical breakdown before this game began, and Newcastle do employ the Gangan pressing tactic, and as you can see, it is causing us a little bit of trouble, but as you can see, we've beaten the press, and now that unlocks our positions. Unfortunately, we're not able to quite cook up anything effectively there. Should have probably got to Mudryk. He made a good run. Let's cut back and get it to him. Mudryk, well in. Take a dig. Nah, straight at Poch. Oh, what a pass! What a goal! What an absolutely flair, exquisite, amazing, ambitious, phenomenal pass by Christopher Nkunku. That was incredible. The composure by Madueke to set it up. Enzo passing it, a square ball inside. And Nkunku with a little flick. Oh my goodness gracious me. And Mikhailo Mudryk, who has been in decent form in recent weeks, has come up clutch and scored the equaliser. And I definitely think we've deserved it. Ooh, good save. Oh, let's switch it. Oh, we just got there. Should have been a lobbed. Sorry, should have been a driven pass. That would have been better for our counter-attack. Cucurella's making a run now. It's going to be about the timing. Good pass. Decent touch, actually. Cucurella. Oh! Almost got the deflection to our advantage there.
And he's made headway.
Everything about that I titsed up so bad. Oh my goodness gracious me. I have no one to blame but myself. That was embarrassing. Awful pass. I mistimed the slide tackle as well. What an atrocious way to go behind there, and I can't help but laugh, honestly. It's just such a stupid, dumb goal to concede. Sanchez, one-on-one, not much he could do about it.
Well, there it is. Newcastle just haven't had as much of the ball, but that won't bother them because when they win it in deep areas, they've got forward with pace and with numbers. It's been a great counter-attacking display.
Well, they might be able to launch a counter-attack. That's a lovely ball. Can they use their pace? But nothing comes of it. Good defending it was. No let-up on the pressing front. Moises Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez. Caicedo. Nkunku has it. And passing it through. Just
Oh, offside!
offside.
Oh my goodness. By how much? Oh, basically a whisker. His arms were off. Alright. Newcastle's just going to pass it around here. That should be the halftime whistle now. Oh man, going into the second half down by a goal is not ideal. And I don't feel like we deserve to be down. We have been pretty good. It's been a decent game. It's been competitive. But it's just, again, another example of a simple mistake. Can be very costly. And Enzo makes a good run in here now. Oh, but the pass to Jackson was awful. Probably should have got it along the deck instead of trying to lob it over. Oh, Cucurella. Here we go.
Now Chelsea in a position of menace.
Oh.
Wilting under the pressure. And now they try.
No! Oh! Enzo. He should have been coming short to receive that pass. I thought he would. Instead, he was caught in cement. And he's in trouble now.
That should be a tasty encounter. Plenty of quality in those two sides.
Come on.
Certainly one to enjoy.
Oh. No, that was meant to go to Jackson. Mudryk, get there. Oh, the dribbling was not good enough to get past Trippier, the set piece specialist. Alright, I think I'm going to up my intensity now. Let's get our tactics onto attacking. Cucurella's committed a foul. God damn it. Ah, okay. Okay. If we concede another, we might be in big trouble here. Cucurella's playing such a good game today. Oh, Mudryk, here we go. Afterburner's son. Oh, such a weak shot. Pope did very, very well. Come on, lads, press up.
Here's Almiron. Bruno Guimaraes.
Oh, come on. Oh, man, if they get in behind here, we're in trouble.
On EA TV. It's Chelsea taking on Brighton. Caicedo.
Oh, good switch.
James.
Oh, Jackson. Oh, Modric.
Just needs to steady himself.
Yes, come on. Get in, son. What a goal. Such an important goal as well. I was going to say, with the game in its current form, it does feel like a pendulum's right on the edge. And if Newcastle got another one, I think it would have gone well in their favour. But we have got the important equalising goal. And as a result, that pendulum is dead centre once again. And hopefully we can utilise this momentum to pick up a third and win this game, which I think is very doable right now.
A few moments later.
Oh, James has been beaten. We're in trouble.
And a decent delivery.
Fucking hell, are you serious, man?
To help the cause.
Again, a mistake, passing it back to Sanchez, putting him under pressure, led to the loss of possession, and unfortunately, it's a great ball in, and the marking from Badiashile is just not good enough. He's not there to get the header, and it's an easy goal for Newcastle United there.
Trippier. Isaac.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Special moment for him.
Are you kidding me? First of all, what a way to score a hat-trick. But second of all, what the fuck is this? Badiashile, man, look at that. That is awful. He's trying to cover up the space that Disasi has left for him. And it just allows the time and space for Isaac to score. And I really did think we were going to have an opportunity to win this game. And unfortunately, it's passed us by, I feel like.
Well, there's been a goal at the Etihad Stadium, and Alex Scott can give us the... The lowdown on that.
It's a second goal for Manchester City. They're ahead by 2 now, with just over 10 minutes left to play.
Alex, thank you very much. The tackle completely mistimed, and you would expect a booking under the circumstances. Guimaraes. Well, he's certainly not alone. Really good challenge. Just 10 minutes remaining here. Could reduce the deficit.
Oh, come on, Broja. As soon as you swing onto your right foot, you've got to unleash, man.
Palmer with it.
Oh, come on.
Well, great read there.
The space is afforded to us, but we just can't take advantage, man. Newcastle defensively have not been that solid, but unfortunately we've not been good at the opposite end. It's the downside of having two centre-backs that are lowly rated. And again, we're looking out of sorts. Disasi caught out of position again. Oh, he's made a mistake. At least Cucurella's been good. Oh, no.
The referee's verdict is 3 additional minutes. Gallagher. Well, he was in the right place to intercept. So the final whistle.
And just like that,
Nothing at all from
we
the
go down to Newcastle United and get sunk for 2. And it's one of those situations where I feel like it could have gone either way. And unfortunately, dumb mistakes have cost me again. It really is frustrating. And if you're going to be pushing for any sort of competitive edge in a Premier League season, you need to be going away from home and picking up points. And this was never going to be an easy game, but unfortunately it is another 3 points dropped. And I'm disappointed. Disappointed for you guys, truly. The other thing that I feel like may be a big pro and also a big con is the fact that we had this international break and it's allowed some players to, continue their run of form. But at the same time, I feel like our momentum just before the break was quite good. And hopefully it doesn't take too long to recapture that spark and light the flame that's going to carry us to some really solid, consistent form running in towards the end of the season. What do you think went wrong today? Look, you can't win every week. It's true. Even the best teams in the world, like Man City, can't win every week. But it's always about how you lose. That's what's most important to me. And that's why I have a lot of respect for Ange Postecoglou and the way Tottenham play. Because even though they don't have good individuals, they still play Postecoglou's way. They still play Ange ball. Are Newcastle United just a better team than you right now? We have work to do defensively. And just like that, it brings us to the end of another episode of the FC24 Chelsea Career Mode. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me across all my social medias, have notifications turned on this channel so that you're following along and making sure you're up to date and watching my instant match reactions after games and all that good stuff. And I'll catch you in the next episode where hopefully we are in good spirits following the Chelsea Blues as we go into a very busy December period. Thanks so much for watching. Come on, you Blues.